Is Kitchener a growing city? Absolutely. The region as a whole, and Southern Ontario for that matter, is growing quite rapidly at rates we haven't historically seen. And in order to keep up with that and continue to maintain and provide an efficient transportation system, we need to find and provide and link people with other transportation options. We want to create a network that's safe, comfortable, and convenient for all of those users, so they have options outside of the automobile. Is data important to how we're planning our infrastructure and our transportation network? Absolutely. The data that we receive through different methods, it helps us tell a story about how our current system is functioning and how the changes that we're implementing, how they're functioning. It gives us a baseline that we can measure against and evaluate.
We have a lot of legacy systems used across the city. I'll give you an example of like bicycle counting and pedestrian counting, vehicle counting. So these are all legacy systems, the data for which do not come in real time or timely enough for us to make good decisions about how to plan for infrastructure or to manage these infrastructure assets.
So the way that we've collected data, we use automatic data recorders, or the tubes that you see laid across roadways. And those tubes have serious limitations. They can only be out in our climate for approximately 6 to 8 months of the year. In terms of how robust they are, they can get knocked around and torn up, and we have to then send out crews to repair and re-secure them to the roadway. They can have certain inaccuracies, and they also don't give us any kind of real-time information. We then have to wait 2 weeks before we can have access to that data. So they are fairly limited.
So what appealed to me about using the CIMCON platform for this project is really our ability to get timely, robust data covering multiple modes of transportation. So some of the data advantages of using CIMCON for our transportation counters are the robustness of the data and the ability for us to collect data across multiple lanes and multiple modes of traffic and really see the complete picture of what's happening within a road segment.
So from an IT perspective, the CIMCON platform was perfect. First, it was a cloud solution, so we did not have to worry about setting up any of the internal IT infrastructure for this system. The second thing was that the way the system retrofitted on an existing street light, it was a very easy to deploy solution. We did not need to do weeks or months of planning. The Near Sky unit very easily plugged into our existing street light, and we were able to get the system up and running and gather real-time data very quickly.
CIMCON has been extremely valuable in giving us data that we can use to help lead the way in creating excitement for change. Now with the technology that CIMCON has brought to the table, we're really able to take our data collection to the next level. We now have cameras that are in place, giving us data 24/7. It gives us a chance to see data real time. It gives us a very easy user interface to analyze and look at the data, overlay it with other types of data sets, such as weather, for example, and see how those impact travel patterns. Having data that we can access 24/7 versus 2-week snapshots like we did in the past will again give us a much more comprehensive picture, all 4 seasons year-round, about how our transportation networks are behaving and performing. CIMCON has demonstrated that they're leading edge with their technology, and we hope we can continue to leverage them and partner with CIMCON as we try to get a hold of where our transportation network is going and how the public is using it, and where the demand is for different transportation options.
CIMCON has been awesome to work with, especially their engineers. It has really helped us, and I know it's going to help shape the direction in which our lab is going to move forward in terms of investing their time and money in technologies that will help the city.